Clover Classic, a creamy, timeless taste made with love by Clover.
Happy Thursday, South Africa. Thank you again for joining us. It's about quarter to the weekend, and before you start planning your weekend plans, here's a delicious offering with our Clover Classic whole roast chicken curry. This is a recipe that is perfect for midweek dinner and that lingering, timeless taste.
It's delicious.
You're going to show us how to make it.
Yes.
It looks amazing.
You know where I learned this? From Riza Mohammed.
Are you for real?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's got such a wonderful character, and he taught me this, and this is inspired by him.
Talk about name dropping. Okay.
I know. You have to do it sometime. Anyway, so we're going to make a roast chicken, and we're going to put the curry underneath the skin, the beautiful flavors, so it keeps inside. But before we carry on, I first want to prep it. So I'm going to use this thigh.
Okay.
And with confident slices, slice 1-2 slices in there, because we are going to rub in this beautiful curry inside the thighs. So we're just going to go 1, 2, like that. So the flavors can go inside. And now I'm going to loosen the skin, because we want this rub that we're going to make to loosen the skin. So I'm going to go from here, and all you do, you just cut it a little bit with your finger like that. Okay. And then what I use a spatula, and I just press it like that, so the skin doesn't tear.
Of course, okay.
So I'm just going to do the other one on this side. Perfect. And now I'm going to make, now I'm going to stay in the chicken. Now I'm going to make this beautiful curry sauce that we're going to put in. So I'm going to use some Clover Classic.
That's a perfect ingredient, like a perfect carrier because of that tanginess, and it's basically going to just hold on to the chicken and make sure.
I know, it's full of calcium, it's creamy, it adds a bit of sweetness, a bit of acidity. It's just divine.
It has 10 vitamins.
I know. 10
whole vitamins.
I love the creamy taste of it. So in here, I'm going to put some curry powder.
Okay.
This is ginger. I must smell, because there's so many things here. Some garlic, some cumin, some cinnamon. Oh, here's a cumin. The other one was coriander. And some chilies, always chilies.
Of course.
Now, I'm going to mix this, and then I'm just going to start doing it, and then I'm going to hand over to you, because you're also making something special.
Well, I'm just making an accompaniment to what you're making. But guys, remember, go on to afternoonexpress.co.za for the recipe details, all the measurements, everything, to make sure you get your hands on this recipe, because it's already starting to look like it's amazing.
So all you do is you put your curry paste that you've made underneath the skin, especially underneath the breast, because that is normally your dry part.
Yes.
Underneath the breast like that. Gonna add it in there underneath the breast like that. And just now I'm gonna rub the whole chicken with it as well. But we first want to, I would love a lemon. I sort of put a lemon in the center. It's not in the recipe, people, but I'm gonna add it in here, and I'm gonna season this beautiful cavity of the chicken with some salt. And then I like to truss the chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, because it keeps the legs
for those that don't know.
It's like tying the chicken together so it doesn't fall apart in the oven. Okay. So all you do, you put it under this little tail. Okay. Bring the two leggies together. Crisscross underneath here. I hope it's long enough now. Genade, underneath here.
Okay.
Bring it around underneath there, and then we're just going to tie it up here.
Interesting.
And it's so easy.
Because most people, whenever they're trussing, they just truss the legs and nothing else and just leave it like that. So it's literally just the legs that are tightly closed together.
I like to keep the little wings to it as well.
Okay.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some butter in the cavity here. You need that butter in the cavity.
Because the one thing you're doing now is you're making sure that there's flavor from the inside and the outside.
Outside, yeah. And then what I do with this, and guys, this is messy, but we are going to get messy. Sorry about that.
You're not cooking if you're not making a mess,
I'm going to rub this into the chicken as well. This beautiful curry chicken, rub it in to the chicken. And then you whack it on high in the oven on about 200 degrees for an hour. That's it.
Really?
200 degrees for an hour, and that's it. That's all I do. You always salt and pepper it as well afterwards. And And there you go. Look how beautiful it is. Yes.
Okay, I'm just making an accompaniment to that. And normally whenever we're having something spicy or hot, I like to make it tzatziki because it's also got that mellow flavor. It just basically cools you down. And I'm also using some Clover Classic here in here as well. So what I've got is I've got some Clover Classic and I've got some green peppers that I've just chopped up.
That's such an interesting choice. I love it.
Yeah, normally you'd use cucumber, but I actually like green peppers quite a lot. And instead of normal cucumber, I've got some gherkins for that additional tang in the recipe as well. And then just to add additional flavor, you've got coriander in the actual spices there.
Yes.
So I figured let's use some coriander in the tzatziki as well.
Delicious.
And literally just roughly chop it. And this is going to go very well on the side with
the jasmine rice and that. And you know, when you get your chicken out of the oven, what I like to do, I like to peel my potatoes, but I even put the potato peels inside with it while it's roasting, and some onions and carrots. And then you make the most beautiful sauce. You just add a little bit of water in here, like that, and you just get all the scratchings and all that beautiful flavor off. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another spoon of Clover Classic in here just to give it that tang.
And to thicken it up.
Yeah, to thicken it up and to make it all creamy. And there you've got this beautiful, beautiful chicken dinner, curry dinner.
And that goes so well with the sauce and then the tanginess of the tzatziki. And it's just like, it's an amazing recipe, guys.
This is delicious. I'm going to add it here.
So we're telling you now, if you want to try this recipe, head on over to afternoonexpress.co.za and get your hands on this amazing, tasty, juicy, delicious recipe. It looks amazing now.
Thank you.
Clover Classic, a creamy, timeless taste made with love by Clover.